Hey, what's going on, guys? J.R. Fisher here. It is Thursday. What is the date today? 17th, it looks like, of June 2021. We're all back and live. It's going to be a great day. I see James has got good weather. I got good weather. But what's good weather? Whatever weather you have is good weather because you're alive. And that is the important thing. If you're new to this, here's what we do. We get up in the morning and we do some training on how to start, run, and grow online businesses. So welcome if you're new. If you've been here before, don't forget to put a comment in that chat section. Say hello to me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Don't forget to ring the bell. My buddy James just reminded me loud and clear in the low country, and oh yes, I have hit the like button. See, he always does what he's supposed to do. So all you guys out there, make sure you hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. I switched today because I was having throat issues, like clearing my throat early in the morning. I switched today to lemon water. I've been drinking tea. I quit drinking coffee years ago, but I'm doing lemon water. So we'll see how I do with my lemon water. It tastes pretty good. You know, it's not bad. I didn't do any sweetener or anything. I take it back. I did like 2 drops of honey. I can't even taste it. So I really didn't do anything there. But today we're going to talk about some interesting stuff. Today we're going to talk about how to build websites for free, how to go about it, what you can do. I'll give you some ways you can do some paid versions too. But I want to start you off with the free stuff so you can kind of get used to it. This is a lot easier than what you think. However, if you've got other questions about starting, running, and growing online businesses, make sure you put that in the chat section there too. I'll be happy to answer those. Even if you are not live with us, maybe you're watching this a week later, a month later, or whatever, feel free to put your comments in the comment section, and I come back through and I answer those questions, so I'll be happy to do that. So welcome everybody. We want to get started here and get some of this information out to you. I think it's really important. I remember when websites first came out, and I used a thing called Microsoft Front Page. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. This is in the 90s, and it helped you build a web page. And it was very basic, but it worked. So we'll start off with that. That's the first thing you got to do is you've got to decide. Hey, Just Roblox, haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you back in. If you're starting to build a website, that's the first thing you got to do is figure out how you're going to build it. Nobody really codes anymore. I mean, you can learn coding and HTML programming, but it's so much easier just to use a website builder. There's a whole lot of them out there. There's a whole lot of cheap ones out there. There's a lot of DIY website builders out there that you can use. I'll talk about some of those in the training here today. But like I say, during the training, if you got questions, stick them in there. This is really informal. So, anything you want to ask me, you can do so. A little bit about my credentials. I own one of the largest survival food companies in America, which is Survivalcave Food. Also have done a lot of courses on how to make money online, how to advertise online, Facebook ads, drop shipping, various different things, because I've done all these things. So what I do is once I do something and I get a little bit of success at it, I don't say a little bit, I'll say a lot. We've done in the millions of dollars in digital and physical products. But once I've got that success, then I feel like I'm qualified to, give you some information. I do that free on these trainings. So I guess the first thing you would have to do is once you've decided what your website builder is, you want to look at the builders and compare which is which. Which one's going to give you what you want. I mean, they've got everything from instant ones like Wix and Squarespace, stuff like that. Which are okay. I mean, they're okay. But if you want something really good, you're going to have to go with something like WordPress. You can even go with Kartra, which I'll put a link in the description after this is over with. You can go in there and you can use something like Kartra just to get your stuff started. That's certainly something you can do. A great website really is going to be the backbone of your business. So it's important that you do have a good website builder. There's stuff like Wix, which are simple. Network Solutions has a free template you can use, and some of their other competitors do too. But the templates they offer are going to be very limited. Okay. I think the nicest looking ones are on Squarespace if you're looking for that type of thing. And then the next decision, and I know this is all about free today, but to pay or not to pay, should you go with a free platform like WordPress or a paid platform like Squarespace? Mine are on WordPress and Magento, and I also use Kartra to sell things. So that really depends on how much control you want over your website and how big you want it to go. Free website builders, I mean, they're good if you're on a budget, but they typically don't allow you to connect your own domain. So that's kind of a problem. Also, you'll have to keep the company ads on a lot of the pages, which, I don't want to do that. It's not something I want to do, but if you want to do it, that's cool too, to get started. Maybe you've got a blog and it doesn't matter to you. Paid builders are definitely an investment, but you're going to get a whole lot more storage. You're going to get a lot more bandwidth. You'll also get tools that you wouldn't get. You can use your own domain name, and you can get rid of all those ads that are on there. So, there's always a trade-off. When you're getting something for free, there's a reason you're getting it for free. People have to make money somehow, and it's usually from that ads that are on your website. So there's a lot of other factors to consider when deciding between free and paid. The brand is important too. We know that we trust certain brands and certain ones we don't even know. So all website builders featured and compared in this training today are really industry leaders. They're the top people, and some of them have been in business for over 2 decades. So they're pretty strong. Register.com, GoDaddy.com, they've been around for a long time. I do recommend them. You can go to web.com. GoDaddy's been around since 1997. I feel like they've been around longer than that, but maybe not. Network Solutions has actually been in operation since 1979. And I know most of us were not even on the internet then, so I don't know what the heck they were doing, but that's just some added data for you. These companies have also received numerous industry accolades, so any of the ones that you go with, you're going to be fine. You don't have to worry about it. GoDaddy also received 3 Stevie Awards for their sales in customer service, and has been recognized as one of Arizona's most acclaimed companies for 2 years running. So I do highly recommend them. They're really good. And like I say, guys, throughout this training, don't be scared to put some comments in there. I want to see your comments. I want to see your questions. I want to see what you're thinking about. I want to see what you're achieving. I want to see what you're having problems with. This is a strictly help session. This is a no-sell session, and it's just us getting together as a group and helping one another out, and me just kind of giving you some information. So make sure you participate. The people that participate seem to do very well. There's a lot of people that come on this call that are very knowledgeable. James is one, Paul's one, Mary comes in here, she's very good at stuff, and every now and then Jessica jumps in. So these people know what they're doing. I know what I'm doing, so don't feel bad about asking a question. It's okay, because everybody that's got any knowledge didn't at one point. Everybody that's got any knowledge didn't at one point. The other types of websites you may want to look at are things like ones that have a storefront, like Shopify, BigCommerce. Though I don't know what's going on with BigCommerce. I bought their stock at the beginning of COVID. It hasn't done anything but lose money. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's a good company. They can connect you with other websites too that are really vetted to do this type of thing if you're looking for e-commerce. Best of all, there are hundreds of partners to choose from. You can compare rates, portfolios. You can find the option that works best for you. Also, don't forget about Google. If you want potential visitors, readers, customers, groupies, whatever you want to call them, fans, it's really important that you get optimized for SEO. And a lot of these platforms are very friendly for SEO. And SEO, if you don't know, stands for search engine optimization, so that when somebody types something in the search engine, your website pops up and they can find it. You'll want to ensure that your website builder is SEO friendly no matter which one you pick. You've got to look for features like the ability to edit your title tags, your meta descriptions, your alt attributes. Your alt has to do with your images. Most of them really do. That's not a problem. But just make sure you verify that. You want to have automated XML and HTML sitemaps. You got to have a sitemap. You got to submit this also to Google. So that's important. And I know I'm going to be going through a lot of steps in this. So feel free to write this stuff down. Come back and watch the video over again because there are a lot of steps to it. You want to make sure you can do search-friendly URLs. So an idea would be like mysite.com/latest-news. A bad one would be like mysite.com/ 3496846201. That's not good. So you want to make sure that all those search friendly URLs are available to you too. How about HostGator and Namecheap? Also good selections, James. Really, they are. I've used HostGator in the past for hosting. They were too slow for our Survivalcave food site, but that doesn't mean it won't work for your site. We have a very data intensive site on our Magento site, and that was just too much for HostGator. Namecheap, I know of. They have a good reputation. I have not bought through them, but yeah, if you're buying, your domains, it's a good way to go. A lot of them, if you buy, hosting from them, like Bluehost, and I have a link in the description for Bluehost. If you do your hosting through them and you use our link, you can actually get your domain for free. So you want to look for some like package deals like that. You also want to look for things like, do they have, keyword density tools and conversion tools? Those things are good. Wix and web.com are two of the best website builders for SEO. If you're looking for a templated type thing, obviously WordPress is very good because they have all the plugins you can use. Thoughts on width for sites? Not quite sure what you mean with width for sites. Let me know on that one, Paul, and I'll be happy to answer it. I'm just not quite sure. Maybe you may have a typo in there or something. Your hosting, guys, is really like real estate, but instead of paying for 5 acres or a duplex, you're paying for a few gigabytes of storage and enough bandwidth to make your site run smoothly. And I say it's like real estate because it can make you money, right? My sites make me money. All of the website builders featured today that I'm going to talk about offer some type of hosting services for your website. Most of them will allow you to connect your own domain for a fee, okay? So Squarespace is one of the few hosting providers that will give you a free domain when you sign up. Like I said, Bluehost will too, so you can use that. Weebly and web.com. Weebly is Weebly, and of course web.com is web.com. Both have hosting plans and unlimited storage, which is really kind of nice, and bandwidth. So this is a big advantage over a lot of the other websites. BigCommerce, which I like a lot too, offers these perks as well. But if you have an online store with thousands of products and customers, you may be required to upgrade to a costlier enterprise plan. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, I know people say, well, I don't want to pay for extra stuff, but if you're doing a lot of business, why do you care? You're making the money anyhow. When comparing your hosting options, be aware that the differences between unlimited and unmetered bandwidth. That's a big difference, guys. Unmetered plan isn't truly unlimited. That is, the hosting provider won't stop you from receiving large influxes of traffic, but it may slow your site down after you reach a certain threshold. Like, Verizon does that to me on my cell phone. I have unlimited, internet, okay? But the thing is, once I reach a certain amount of usage, it starts to, what do they call it? I can't think of the name of the word now, but it slows it down, basically. I don't have as much speed. So you want to be real careful when they say stuff like that. What does that actually mean? Do you really have totally unlimited? Advantages of using a website builder. The average cost of a website built by a designer can range between $1,000 and $8,000. But every time you change your mind, they can bill you more and more and more. So it's a good idea to learn how to do this stuff. You can also have to wait until your designer is available to make changes that you requested. So if you don't know how to do this stuff and you want to change on your website, there's a problem, you can't do anything about it. In the end, there's a risk that you'll end up with agreeing to a website that you're not actually happy with, just so you don't feel like you are going to keep paying through the nose to get this website built. So that's why I tell people, learn to do this stuff on your own. Using a website builder is much less expensive. Best website builders offer plenty of choices that give you a complete autonomy. You can do what you want on your website. If you're using Wix, for example, and I don't use stuff like Wix, that's really a beginner type thing, but it's okay if you're beginning. I did beginner stuff when I was beginning. For example, you can choose from like 500 templates across 70 categories and experiment with fonts, color schemes, slideshows, galleries, video backgrounds. That market is huge, and it is a boom to Wix users. Now I'm going to focus on ones that really have some apps and stuff that you can work on. With a website builder, you're going to be in control of everything from the placement of the call to action button to the font of your homepage, every single thing. So some other things. These are things that you really want to consider when you're choosing a website builder platform. The best website builder is the one that fits your needs, okay? Because everybody's different, all right? Like my Magento site is for our Survivalcave food. That wouldn't work for my courses and all my other stuff, okay? It just wouldn't. But by the same token, I couldn't use a WordPress site to do my Survivalcave food because I have different levels of people logging in. Like I'll have a retailer and they have certain pricing and they want to put their customers' orders in there. That's a whole different login from somebody who just comes to my site and buys a product. So you got to ask yourself, what type of site will it be? Ask yourself that. What are the key features that you need? Ask yourself that. Are you running an online store? If so, how big will it be? Some website builders have e-commerce plans that limit the number of items you can sell a month. So, if you grow and all of a sudden you're doing, thousands of items a month and they say, no, you can only sell 500 items. Well, you're really stymied there. So you got to consider that. What is the vibe of your business? What image are you trying to get across? I also want you to think about, let me get another sip here. I think the lemon water is working. My throat is a little bit more clear, it seems like. And guys, put some comments in there. I'm getting a little slow on comments. So stick those in there. We'll have some answers for you. We are down to the wire today on our move, for those of you who are following that. And I am editing the video where I went to North Carolina. I'm going to have that up soon. And basically what I did is I did a review of the town and the hotel that I stayed at. So it's not how to make money online, but it is how you can travel when you make money online. The town I went to was a little town, Highlands, North Carolina. It's one of the most expensive little towns I've ever seen in my life. Everything in that town is expensive. It's got like a main street, and that's pretty much the whole town. It's like 4 blocks long, just not much to it. Beautiful town. It's up in the mountains. But man, was everything expensive. There was no fast food there. There was no food delivery there. And every restaurant was like crazy expensive. I looked at one restaurant and they had a stir fry, like a chicken stir fry, and it was $44. And I was like, wow, for a stir fry. But anyhow, I'll be doing that review. The hotel was quite pricey also. So I'll be doing a review of that trip and letting you see kind of what we did and our flight there and all that good stuff. So next up, ease of use. The most important feature of a website builder is its usability. Guys, if you can't use this stuff, then it's going to be tough. Try out the user interface on the 5 best website builders listed, and using a trial builder, go in there and try to do something. And a lot of them will have trials. This will give you an idea of which one that you find is the most intuitive and the easiest one to use. If you don't have some knowledge of coding, you can check out website builders that will give you access to CSS code too. You can just actually Google it, how to do HTML, and you'll find that. If you're looking at e-commerce, hopefully your business will expand. In that case, you need to ask yourself if you need a website builder that can process more online bookings, reservations, sales, sales inquiries, whatever it is. If you decide to transfer your site to a different hosting option in the future, can you easily download the full site? Some of them will allow it and some won't. You may have to rebuild your entire site again, which can be very costly, so you want to think about that. Templates. Does the one you're looking at have the templates you want? Are you going to use a template? You should also check out which templates are available. Some of them have like massive amounts of templates, and some of them look like they have a lot, but it's really the same template with different colors on it, or just 1 or 2 things changed, and you're really getting repeats of the same thing over and over again. So you want to take time to check that they aren't just slight variations of the same template. You'll see that over and over again. You'll need templates for your business specific category. So, one that is selling consulting services is going to look different than one that's selling kids' toys. Okay, those are 2 different looks of a website. So your specific category. A builder with like a whole bunch of blog templates, but none for restaurants. Okay, so if you're a restaurant, you're going to be hurt there. It won't help you much, in promoting your restaurant if they don't have restaurant templates. So you got to think about that. Features are important. All the best website builders offer extra features to make building your website easier and better. And I want to go through some of those, but I think probably the best one for this is WordPress. It's a paid one, but it's not expensive at all. And WordPress has so many plugins. WordPress is the largest. I'm trying to think how to put this. There's more websites built on WordPress than any other form of website in the world. So they own the market. But that's not to say some of the smaller ones aren't good. Wix is not bad if you want some really basic stuff and quick to get your website up. Wix works okay. Web.com's not bad. So you got to ask yourself, does it have things like setup wizards which guide you through the building process? I really like that because it's like a tutorial and you can do it as they talk to you in the videos or in the screenshots. That's the best way to go about it, step by step. I think it's hard to go out and watch a whole bunch of videos on how to do something and then come back and do it. So if it has one of these wizards in there that ask you questions as you go through the steps, I think that's very helpful. Next thing is, does it have drag and drop intuitive interface to design your website? Those things are very, very helpful. What about SEO tools? I talked about that in the beginning. Are there SEO tools such as like editing meta tags and your descriptions and your alt tags for your pictures? All those things are going to be important because you're not going to get traffic if you don't do those things. Marketing tools. Does it have anything that will help you with marketing? Pop-up type stuff that you can integrate with something like Kartra. If you don't have Kartra, trust me, you need to get Kartra. I mean, I don't know how to drill this in anybody's head, but it is one of the most economical ways to do digital marketing of anything that's out there. And I've looked at a lot of different stuff. I love Kartra. I promote Kartra. I'm an affiliate for Kartra. You can find a link for Kartra in the description. If you click the link, you'll actually watch a video and it shows you all the things it does. And if you're interested, for $1 you can get a trial of Kartra. So check out my link in the description when this video is over with. And if it's not live, you'll see it in the description immediately. What else? Marketing tools. Are those included? So do you have any kind of other marketing tools in there you can use? Now, something with WordPress, you've got all of these plugins, so you don't have to really worry about it. Everything is there. Analytics. Does that have any kind of analytics? I love Kartra because when I do sales pages, there's all kinds of analytics in there. And when I keep saying Kartra is, I don't want to say it's primarily an email marketing tool because it does sales pages, it does sequences, it does videos, it does hosting, it does a whole bunch of stuff. But it has a lot of tools. So if I do a sales page, I can go in there and look and see what the stats are on that sales page, see how many people clicked on my emails, see how many people opened them. Well, but maybe some of these templates will have things like demographics, location, interest, that type of thing, so that later on when you're running ads, you can target those areas that were doing well for you. Does it have e-commerce tools like multiple payment processor options? That's what I like about Kartra. You can do credit cards, you can do PayPal, you can do Stripe, whatever you want. Does it have any type of inventory tracking? My sites like Magento do have inventory tracking, so that's available. If something goes out of stock, it just automatically is not on the site anymore, which is helpful. But understand you've got to keep that up. That's got to be hooked into something somewhere so that inventory is kept up to date. What about integrated social media? Does it have anything like that to connect your social media accounts with your network on your new site? Some of them have that, some don't. And here's the big one. Is it mobile responsive? Because if it's not mobile responsive, guys, I wouldn't even go with it anymore. I really wouldn't. You got 85% of the people buying stuff on their mobile phones. You need it to be mobile responsive. Mobile editing tools will permit you to continue tweaking your new website on your phone. So if you've got some tools that you can use your phone to work on your website, that's important. And here's a big one that we don't think about. It's your website speed. Website loading speed really is so very important. You don't want to lose visitors just because your site takes too long to load. And I'm telling you, people don't wait. I mean, like a second, less than a second, and they're gone. 24-hour technical support is also important. If you're creating a website yourself, you're going to need help when you get stuck. You don't want to wait, even if that's in the middle of the night or if it's on the weekend or whatever. And I guess finally, although pricing shouldn't be your main yardstick, you use to measure a good website builder. You don't want to pay too much for a mediocre website builder. So compare prices as well. That's important. I know when I tell people about Kartra, they say, well, that's more than MailChimp. Well, it's not really, because of all the other things you get. And some people say, well, I don't need those other things. I'm like, yeah, you do. You just don't realize it. You do need all these things that Kartra gives you. And at some point, you're going to be paying for them. But the difference is you're going to be trying to Frankenstein them all together, which is what I did. I had 8 different pieces of software, and I went down to 1. So that stuff's worth it to pay a little bit of money, because the time alone that you save from logging into all these different places. If you want to build a basic website without an online store, hey, a free website builder is a good way to get started. Now keep in mind that free plans come with less storage, they have slower load times, fewer SEO and marketing tools. If you know that you need e-commerce performance and lots of storage, high resolution images, videos, that type of stuff, extra customer support, or a lot of pages, free site builders are unlikely to work for you. They're just not. And I know I started this off with free things you can do, but you know, I don't want to tell you to do something free when it's not going to really fit your business model. That wouldn't be right for me to do. That said, free website builders are ideal for testing the waters and trying stuff out, having a ready-to-made platform to share with your contacts and social media followers. And then you can also switch that over to another platform later, especially if you don't have a lot on the website. If you decide you're ready to implement more features, many companies will offer easy and cost-efficient upgrades. Let's say you went with a lower end one like Wix, something like that. You can choose from 4 premium upgrades that provide increasing amounts of bandwidth, storage, and access to analytics, marketing tools, which will allow you to scale up later on at no cost or little cost. Okay, so that is kind of an overview of these sites, guys. Everybody needs a site, and when I say everybody, I'm not talking about people with businesses. I'm talking about every human being needs a site. If you didn't buy your own name when you could buy your own name, like when it was available, try to get it. You know, some people's names are longer than others. Maybe you can do variations. I own jrfisher.com. I bought it, and I want to say 95 or 96, because I saw that was a thing. You know, people would want to have their own name. So I did buy my own name. For what it's worth, it is my website, along with Survivalcave Food, along with Digital Cash Academy, Web Cash Academy, Facebook Edge University. I own about 50 websites, I think, right now. And I make money on them, which is nice, very nice. And I hope you guys haven't gone to sleep here. I haven't seen a comment in a little bit. I haven't scrolled through here. I haven't been looking down. But if you have any comments, now's the time to put them in. We're kind of winding down a little bit. We're approaching that 30-minute mark. We try to keep it around 30 minutes. You know, we don't want your brain to overload, you know, because your butt got worn out. So we don't want that to happen. But if you do have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, if this was helpful to you, let me know in that chat section. If you picked up some information, let me know in that chat section there. If you have ideas of other things you'd like for me to cover, put that in your chat section there. Remember, I've got to come up with ideas for you guys 6 days a week. 6 days a week. Today I'm going to get back to editing that video from North Carolina, so you guys can see the hotel, you can see the town, you can see what was going on, so you can see what was happening. And what I'll do is I'll do some narration over it, and I'll have some B-roll, and I'll talk to you about the different things there. But I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think you guys will have a lot of fun with that. So that's what I got for you today. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live, every time I upload a video, which right now is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm uploading videos, and then I go live Monday through Saturday. So we've got 2 more days this week. We got Friday and Saturday, and then I'm off on Sundays, but I'm not really off because I'm still going to work. I'm just not doing a live, so that's how that stuff works. Guys, I really appreciate you being here. If you're not watching this live, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you are watching it live too. What am I saying? But if you're not watching it live, you got to subscribe. You got to turn on bell notifications, and that way you know when I've done a video. You know when I'm going live. YouTube can let you know that, and it gives you more of this information if this is what you're interested in. If you're interested in learning more about marketing online, selling online, that's all I really talk about. But you know, if you want to ask me about a recipe or something too, that's cool too. I am going to be starting a cooking channel. I'll let you guys know about that. The mind, peace and blessings always, everyone. See y'all tomorrow. My man James Breen. That's my brother from another mother. I'd love to hear his story sometime too. Sounds like a great guy. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. And don't forget, be kind to everybody. You don't know what they're going through. Have a great day.